You're anonymous. We do not forgive. We do not forget. Expect us.
Back in 2010, the hacker group Anonymous shook the world.
Anonymous has declared war on Russia.
Members hack into companies and governments.
But what if behind those masks, they were actually kids? Jack Davis and Ryan Cleary were among the greatest hackers of their generation, and yet they were still teenagers. But the strongest among them was also the youngest. In his school bedroom, Tiflo, as he called himself, brought the FBI and the CIA to their knees, as well as entire governments. A child prodigy who joined Anonymous at 13 just for fun, and who would unknowingly become a hacking legend. This is a true story of Mustafa Al-Bassam, the Mozart of hacking. Hi everyone, my name is Tachim and I make videos. So subscribe if this one interests you, and subscribe also if it doesn't, because I make videos on other subjects. At 7 years old, while other kids were coloring or playing tag, Mustafa was programming. In his small English town of Peckham, all he did was play on his computer. It was his father, a computer scientist, who gave it to him. Very quickly, he amazed his parents. For a math assignment, he used an online calculator. He discovered a flaw in the website program. Intuitively, he typed lines of code, broke in, and eventually took over the entire website. He reprogrammed it however he wanted. He was only 9 years old, and that was only the beginning. That same year, just to pass time, he accessed his school private servers. After a few lines of code, he discovered teachers' salaries and all the students' grades. The school found out and panicked. They feared Mustafa might blackmail them. He was still only 9, and he realized his impact and his power. The hacking genius was born, and that was nothing compared to what was coming. Time passed. Mustafa was 12, spending his days programming and hacking for fun. He honed his skills to perfection, but it wasn't enough, so he joined highly experienced hacker groups. Immediately, he realized he was the youngest and the strongest. Hack after hack, he gained recognition and continued rising. At 13, he finally joined a collective of some of the best hackers in the world at that time, Anonymous. Anonymous is a group of anonymous hackers aiming to expose censorship and corruption through illegal hacking. This is called activism. That's when Mustafa created his alias Tiflo, a name that would become legendary in hacking and shake governments, and you will soon see why. At 14, Mustafa, aka Tiflo, targeted one of the world's largest multinationals, MasterCard. It was Operation Revenge. In 2010, Anonymous and Tiflo wanted to avenge WikiLeaks. WikiLeaks published millions of documents exposing corruption and human rights violations, but the US government accused them of acting illegally. MasterCard blocked donations to the website, cutting 95% of its income. Tiflo could not allow this injustice. He launched a massive DDoS attack against MasterCard's highly secure servers. A simple attack he would later use against the world's most secure agency, the CIA. But that had not happened yet. In just a few minutes, MasterCard's official website was already down. All the company's servers were offline for some hours. At only 13, Tiflo bypassed the security of a multi-billion-dollar company, and that was just the one-up. Mustafa had launched the biggest hack of his life so far against the Tunisian government. It was Revolution Operation. In 2011, the Tunisian population revolted against the dictator Ben Ali. To suppress the revolution, the government blocked Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, preventing organization and protest. Tiflo and his team struck back. They hacked the Prime Minister's website, replacing its content with pro-revolution messages. Then they took down the president's website and all ministry websites. They also took control of other sites to provide vital information: how to bypass internet censorship, how to safely access social networks, how to organize a revolt. Anonymous brought international attention to Tunisia's censorship and oppression. Months later, Ben Ali fled to Syria. Revolution operation succeeded. Mustafa was barely 15 years old. Soon after several high-profile hacks, Mustafa took a new path that would cement his legend. As a teen, Tiflo just wanted fun. He left Anonymous and co-founded his group LulzSec, LOL and Security. I don't know if I pronounce well the LulzSec. He didn't yet know his biggest hacks were ahead. At 15, for fun, he breached ultra-secured multinational systems: Sony, Fox, Nintendo, and even the US government. Mustafa ruled the hacking world. Nothing resisted him. Then he went after the biggest target, HB Gary Federal, a top cybersecurity firm protecting instructions like the FBI. One of the hardest boss in hacking. But 15 years old, Mustafa wasn't intimidated. He explored HB Gary's security and found the system's flaw. The CEO Aaron Barr, Mustafa cracked Barr's World of Warcraft password and discovered he used it across all accounts, even professional ones. Opened Barr and accessed all emails and private documents, uncovering plans to pressure journalists and organizations critical to the US government. Tiflo and his team published 70,000 sensitive emails. A scandal erupted and Barr resigned. Tiflo, only 16, became a master of the game. He then targeted the biggest challenge yet, the CIA. To expose government surveillance, he launched a DDoS attack, overloading servers with massive traffic. Simple for his skill level, but highly effective.
The CIA's official website went down. Internal databases collapsed.
At only 16, Mustafa brought one of the world's most secured institutions to its knees. Unfortunately, his fate was sealed. One day, police raided his home, confiscating his computer. For over 3 hours, they searched his home. One of his group's 6 members was an informant, Hector, aka Sabu, who had already been arrested and was feeding info to the FBI. A massive counter-espionage operation ensued, involving the FBI, Scotland, or Mustafa's journey in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe. See you next time. Ciao.